All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with a live stream. It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, I'm starting to get my voice back, and finally, we are back doing the live streams again. And blockbuster news, ladies and gentlemen. I've been telling you guys, I've been saying it all along that, hey, don't disregard Jhon Duran. I've been saying it. Some of you guys didn't like to hear that, but I've been saying that it's probably a likely situation. Big up Kuba. Kuba saying, big up Miz. Finally, is your health bar full again? Yeah, look, almost getting there, almost getting there. Still seems like there's a little bit of residual amount there, but slowly getting my voice back, as you can see, slowly getting the cold is slowly leaving. Hopefully in the next couple of days I get back into 100%. But what a blockbuster news, ladies and gentlemen. What a blockbuster news. Shubra saying, are you ready to stream, Miz? Yes, I am. Well, we are live right now. We are live. We are 100% live right now. And yeah, I mean, what a news. I told you guys, don't disregard John Duran. And this is probably imminent. This is gonna happen. How do I feel about it? I don't know. I'm not really even sure, to be honest. I missed you, Miss. Big up to you, Ronnie. Missed you as well, my man. Thank you so much. DLM Perplex, big up to you as well, my man. Benji, big up to you. Duran from Royston, my man. Young Kwenka, salam is wa alaikum assalam. Hope you're getting better. Thank you. Appreciate that. Duran is curing Miz. Yes, indeed. Valan, big up to you, my man. Good to see you. ENS, Miz, I think you have connections inside. I told you guys, don't disregard John Duran, because I've finally started to clock. I have finally started to clock how the board, what they want to do, what are the kind of targets they're going for, the transfer fees, the wages, the age. It's all got to align. Everything has to align, ladies and gentlemen. Once you start figuring out that this is how it operates, then you will understand which one's the right rumor, which one's not. A lot of people have been talking about the Stuttgart striker, Guressi. The guy is 28 already. I think he's going to be 29 next season, something like that. And people are like, oh, he would be a great backup. Yeah, sure, he'd be a fantastic backup. Yeah, no doubts. He might even be a fantastic startup as opposed to a backup. But what you need to understand is that particular transfer is never going to happen. And that rumor is never going to be believable, because the age is something that is detrimental for that Guressi deal. What type of contract you're going to give him? How much is going to be the value of that player at the end of the contract? Or forget about at the end of the contract, or midway through the contract. All of these things matter. There's a reason why we're going after John Duran. He's, I believe, only 20. He's only 20 years old. His transfer fee, look, for someone of the ilk of John Duran, he's going to be quite expensive. You'd think he's going to be somewhere around 30 million max, but looks like he's going to be maybe close to 40 million, maybe even more. Depends on which sources you believe. There's a particular Colombian source that's saying that he could potentially be somewhere around 45 million pounds. I think Fabrizio Romano in the last 24 hours stated that somewhere between 35 to 40 million pounds. So look, I didn't expect John Duran to be this expensive. I did expected him to be a lot more cheaper. But look, nonetheless, it's still within the budget. Basically, Chelsea Football Club, they're happy to do with the 35, 40 million, max 45 million business for a 20-year-old, and his wages, I'm telling you, is not going to be that much. I'm not really sure what sort of wages John Duran's on in Aston Villa, but I don't think it should be too much. And even if you were to double that, that's the level of That's the level of wages that Chelsea Football Club are going for. Chelsea Football Club are going for players that are cheap to acquire, have relatively cheap wages, and they're going to hold their value throughout their contract. So you're likely looking at John Duran probably getting about a 7-year contract. Say 5 years into his contract, when he's 25, Chelsea Football Club's going to be hoping that he's worth a lot of money. He's going to go for somewhere around 60, 70, 80 million. This is the way Chelsea Football Club, this is how they think now. This is exactly how they think now. 40 million ain't cheap. Yeah, look, I don't think it's cheap for John Duran, but it's within the budget. It's within the budget for Chelsea Football Club. John Duran, I think, would have been nice if he was somewhere around 25 to 30 million, if I'm being absolutely honest. This is a particular player, ladies and gentlemen. He's barely played in the Premier League. Like, he's barely. Let's have a quick look at his stats. John Duran stats. Let's have a quick look at his stats. This is a particular player. He hasn't really featured much in the Premier League as yet, and it's purely just based on his talent. And look, I'm not even going to lie. So he's going to be 21 at the end of this year. December 13, 2003 was when he was born. He's 20 years old. He's going to be 21 at the end of this year. 23 Premier League matches he featured. 5 goals this season. Is this? Yeah, this is this season. 23-24. So he scored 5 goals. 2 in the Conference League as well. 1 in the qualifiers for the Conference League. So total 8 goals. 8 goals scored and 37 matches where he featured. I think very few were starts. As you can see, minutes. He hasn't really played too many minutes, to be honest. So look, he's definitely unproven at this level. But Chelsea are buying him for the talent. That left foot. That left foot of John Duran, that shooting technique is honestly, it's very, very good. I'm not even going to lie. It's very, very good. There's some incredible footages of John Duran going around, and some of his shots are quite incredible, to be honest. But is this the kind of player that we needed for next season? I mean, someone like John Duran really tells me that Nicholas Jackson's the number 1 striker. John Duran comes off the bench, and they compete. They compete, and if John Duran is able to take over, then good on him. If not, he'll just continue to be off the bench. And look, maybe the future outlook for John Duran is that they are looking to, Chelsea will be looking to make a big striker out of him. You're not going to buy someone for 35, 40 million pounds to be a bench player. You do need to have some level of, future view for that particular player. Kishijit, thank you so much for, Kishtij. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. If he is not the 3rd choice striker, I don't know what we are doing. Can it still be possible to go for Alvarez? An exception with Duran is still top 4 and a cup, correct? Look, forget about Alvarez. I wanted Alvarez so badly. It's not going to happen. We're going for John Duran. John Duran is going to be the striker for Chelsea Football Club. Sesko's not going. I think we wanted Sesko. We were going after Sesko. He's not going to happen. Osimhen and Gyökeres, we've already said no to them because of their age, their grandpa age. And as I said, Sesko's staying. Yeah, Alvarez is not going to happen. Alvarez is very complex, man. Alvarez will need to put in a transfer request, and then Manchester City is probably going to ask for a lot of money. It's just not going to happen. It would have been nice. It would have been very good. And Alvarez looks like he wants to go to Real Madrid anyway down the track. I don't think he's keen to come to Chelsea Football Club. But coming back to the whole John Duran situation, ladies and gentlemen, let's just have a look at his situation here. Contract expires 30th of June 2028. That's probably why, because there's still 4 years to go. That's probably why you're going to have to pay a little bit more than the norm for Jhon Duran. He's got quite a bit of contract left with Aston Villa. Transfer markets valuing him at 20 million euros. That's probably the right way to look at. The crazy part is, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of the Aston Villa fans, or maybe like people that cover Aston Villa, they've been saying that John Duran just doesn't fit Aston Villa at the moment. Apparently Unai Emery, he's not keen to develop this particular player. He struggles to understand all the instructions and whatnot. I just hope that John Duran is not going to be someone who's going to find it very difficult to pick up the tactical instructions from Maresca. Like, in all honesty, look, welcome to Chelsea Football Club, Maresca. These are the type of business that Chelsea Football Club's going to do, and you're going to have to make do of it. Like, this is why I'm like, Enzo Maresca, look, I'm pretty sure he's agreed on the entire managerial position by saying that, look, he's probably not going to be too bothered about transfers, but the players that are going to come to Chelsea Football Club, they're gonna make or break this guy. Like, seriously, these type of players will make or break Enzo Maresca. And Enzo Maresca will have heavy responsibility to develop someone like John Duran. And good luck to him, man. Look, John Duran, this is why I don't know how to feel about him. Honestly, I don't know. This could be another one of those Adam Wharton situation, how our recruitment team, found out about Adam Wharton. And look at Adam Wharton now, absolutely flying. John Duran, there are some good skills about him. Like, the certain parts of his game look very, very good from the little bits and pieces that I've seen. But it's a risk. It's not the kind of striker that I wanted to go in next season. We needed someone a bit more proven. We needed someone a bit more know-how at the highest order. Now, here we are, man. Here we are. This is a huge gamble. It's a huge, huge gamble. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Miz, I've worked at Villa Stadium a few times. Duran is slow on the ball. There were games where he missed sitters after sitters. There you go. Clicks has worked at the Villa Stadium. That's incredible. Does Duran fit Maresca's style? I would say no. Yeah, I don't look, from the little bits and pieces I've seen, I don't think Duran is all clued on about possession style of football. We'll see. He's a young player, and he's got room to develop still. Many Chelsea fans don't know about football. When Alvarez was coming to City, who knew him from River Plate? Now we should pay 80 million for him. Look, now there was already a lot of hype about Alvarez. I didn't know him. Maybe you didn't know him, but the people that watch River Plate, the people that were that are City fans that were watching or started to hear the rumors about Alvarez, they knew that this guy was a good player. There was already hype about Alvarez from River Plate. John Duran, look, he may turn out to be a big striker for us, and I hope he does. I'm pretty certain it is going to be John Duran for Chelsea Football Club. I'm very, very certain. Let's have a look at the news first. This is the news that's coming from Fabrizio Romano, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we saw the news 24 hours ago. Now, this is the latest. Negotiations between Chelsea and Aston Villa for John Duran are ongoing after initial contact with Villa asked for Conor Gallagher. So, negotiations between Chelsea and Aston Villa for John Duran are ongoing after initial contact. So, initially, Aston Villa contacted us for actually Conor Gallagher. And then from there, we started to talk more about John Duran. Obviously, we know we were talking about John Duran from the January transfer window. Duran wants Chelsea. He's giving them priority over Italian clubs. Understand terms of his potential contract are already being discussed. There you go. Look, he wants Chelsea. He's not looking at any other football club. And that for me is like 80% of the job done. And I'm pretty sure now Chelsea are probably just going to wrap things up. This is going to happen. And he's going to be a Chelsea striker. Let me know. Let me know. How do you feel about John Duran being a Chelsea striker? I mean, we've gone from getting so excited about Osimhen, at one stage, Gyökeres, Sesko, and now Alvarez to throw in, and now Jhon Duran. Jhon Duran. Blue Coal is already saying David Datra Fofana 2.0, and we're looking to get rid of David Datra Fofana. In life, no limits. For me, Maresca has nothing to lose. If next season is a flop, that it's all on the sporting directors and the board. You can't hire a surgeon only to give him a bread knife to work with. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, sure. It's all on the sporting directors. But it's Maresca's reputation on the line as well. Like, if Maresca flops, that's not going to look good on him, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to want that either. There will be a time. Don't like, honestly. There will be a time where Maresca will just get fed up, like other managers that we've had under the ownership, under this new ownership, where Maresca will be like, look, I don't want to get involved in which people you bring into the club, but whoever you do bring in have to be in some level of standard. You can't just bring in any unproven player and just ask me to perform some sort of a miracle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it will become tough at one stage. Maresca will be like, I can't just perform miracles here. You got, because at the end of the day, Maresca he's got to perform at the highest level in the Premier League against some of the best managers, some of the best squads out there. This is not a joke, man. You can't just bring in any young player and just turn them into, like, for some reason, Chelsea Football Club and the sporting directors and the owners, we just have this view, like they just have this view that any young player can be brought in and can be turned into a superstar. And yeah, I just don't think that's the case, man. I really don't. T1, this shows the board trust Nico will develop to be world class, so Durant is there as competition and backup. Yeah, look, I don't necessarily think he's just there for backup. Yeah, definitely competition. You don't pay nearly around 40 million, which I think is probably going to be the price. If we get anything less than 40 million, that'll be good. Even if we can get around 35, I think that would be perfect. But even at 35 million or 40 million, he's not just there to be a backup. I think he's there to properly compete and take a position if he can. Sure, no problems. You want to give Nicholas Jackson an opportunity next season to go out there and lead the line. No problems at all. But there is a element of risk there too. Like, you're really putting all your eggs that Nicholas Jackson's finishing is going to come into fruition, which, yeah, I'm not really sure, man. I'm not really sure about that. I think there are other facets of Nicholas Jackson's games that's very good, but the finishing, yeah, it's very question mark, man. Very much a question mark. James Adwood, big up to you, my man. Guys, Maresca won't do anything next year. Our club will get humiliated, and so will us, the fans. Next season will be rough, 100% possibly the worst yet. Look, we'll see, man. All I know, we have to be so patient. We've got to be so patient next season. It's not even funny. It's going to be a brand new way of football. There will be times where we're going to get walloped by the opposition. Players will make a lot of mistakes. Let's see. Let's see how, if we can kick the season off with a bang. If we can pick up Maresca's system quickly, let's see. Let's see what happens. But it, it could potentially be a tough one. It really could. I don't disagree with James Atwood. Um, I hope it isn't. I truly hope it isn't. But it could potentially be a very, very tough one. I cannot lie one bit. All right. Samir, big up to you, my man. One slight positive is that he is different profile to Nicholas Jackson. He's more of a target man, and physical striker can be something different to change a game. Yeah. Look, his shooting is definitely an upgrade. His shooting 100% is definitely an upgrade to Nicholas Jackson. And yeah, he's someone who's far more ruthless inside the box. There's no two ways about that. Shubra, big up to you. We needed height in the team, and we are adding Tosin and Duran. There you go. Yeah, he's tall. He's definitely tall. In life, no limits. Toe limits. That's why I'm saying I'm giving Maresca a pass next season. It'll be tough sometimes unless we start well. Yeah, we're gonna have to. But I just hope Maresca can stay calm as well. Like, I think a particular spot where Poch probably started losing his way with the sporting directors is when he started to lose his own calm. Poch started the season saying that we need to win everything today, tomorrow, and the day after, and all of that. And then he went to this particular mode where he was saying we need to be patient. It's a project. It's a process. If he continued that way, I think he would have been fine. But then he started talking about, some players are not doing well. It's very difficult with young players. He started to say too much truth for our owners and our sporting directors liking. And I just wonder, Maresca, can he keep his mouth shut for the long run? For the long run, can he keep his mouth shut? DLM Perplex, I personally think Chelsea won't improve in the coming season. However, I believe they will somehow nick a European spot nonetheless. Look, I hope we somehow nick a European spot. I'd take that. Definitely would take that. Leo Messi, we are showing that we are bringing explosive wingers so they can score more goals if the striker can't score to expectations. Look, I hope the fact that we're going for John Duran, I hope we go for Olise, man. I really do hope we go for Olise. Olise, I'm starting to get very worried. I'm starting to get very, very worried about the Olise situation. It's too complex, man. Way too complex. We have to firstly understand the release clause with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace wants other clubs to reach out to them first. Crystal Palace have put a sign outside saying, before you talk to Olise, you better talk to us. Talk to us first. Sort out the release clause. The release clause is very complex, and then talk to Olise. And now with Man United finally getting their managerial situation all sorted out, and Man United are going to be after Olise as well. They're going to get rid of Sancho. They're going to get rid of Mason Greenwood. They're going to get rid of a whole heap of players. They're going to be after Sancho big time. Manchester City could be after Sancho. Sorry, not Sancho. Olise big time. Manchester City could be after Olise big time as well. So, yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure whether Olise to Chelsea is that straightforward. And John Duran, yeah, let's be honest, it is an underwhelming name. And then on top of that, if we don't get Olise, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the transfer business is going for us this window so far. Kish Kishitage. I always stuff up this guy's name. I'm going to just call you Mr. Butt. Mr. Butt. Aston Villa fans wanted him to go out on loan to develop, and we want him to compete for the starting spot. Pretty sure we will F up Olise and buy random. Yeah, look, we probably will. We probably will stuff up the Olise. Look, it's not even about stuffing up the Olise. I think the Olise, release clause just, I don't know whether we can actually satisfy that. And on top of that, there's just all these other clubs that are after him as well. So look, Man United, they've got themselves Europa League. Manchester City, we know what kind of damage they can do. They go Champions League. They're always in and around. They're always competing for the title. We've got the Conference League, and we've got a new manager. Olise, he could probably fancy Man United, with Europa League, and a lot of people will tell you he's a Man United fan. And then if it's City, how can you say no to City? So let's see, man. Let's see. Let's hope and pray. That's all I say. Let's hope and pray. Olise's release clause is not like a normal release clause. That's why we have to talk to Palace first. There you go. If we don't get Olise, I don't mind if we go for Fatawu. The guy is a good fit. Is that the Leicester guy? I've never watched him though. Valan, big up to you, my man. Miz, he ain't going to United with Ten Hag at the helm. Look, Olise will probably get a long-term contract over there, so he probably don't care if Eric Ten Hag's there, because he'll probably think that if he's doing crap, he's gonna get let go of, and then a proper new manager will come in. So he's not worried about that. Look, Ten Hag, and if he does well, that's good for Olise. So at the end of the day, I don't think that'll matter one bit, to be honest. Cuba, Solanke is too expensive for his age. He won't have any value after his contract is up. There you go. Yeah. This is look, I would love Dominic Solanke, but it's not going to happen. He's too old, and the release clause is too expensive. Don't be mad about missed targets. Liverpool missed Bellingham, Caicedo, Lavia, and still buy solid new mid. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. The latest is that negotiations between Chelsea, Aston Villa are ongoing at the moment for John Duran. John Duran absolutely wants Chelsea Football Club, and looks like Chelsea are going after John Duran as well. There could be also another a twist to this story where maybe Conor Gallagher's transfer could be negotiated between us and Aston Villa. So there's a lot that's going on with Aston Villa. Let's see what happens, but I think it's pretty safe to say we're going to get John Duran. It's a particular name that I said all along that don't disregard John Duran. It's probably going to happen. And looks like that's the one that's probably going to happen. Is there an all-you-can-eat show? I think it might be at the end of this week. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, big up to each and every one of you guys. Smash the like button before you go. Ladies and gentlemen, got more than 500 people live. Smash the like button. Let's get to 500 likes. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Bye.